Hello, welcome to Street Fights Radio. I am here. It's me, Brian, the guy that you know from all the other weeks that I do this show. I am here to talk about whatever we're going to talk about tonight. You never know what it's going to be. I did, however, I got some Birkenstocks, so that was pretty nice. Is it clipping? I think it's clipping. Oh, evening. It said evening in the chat. I thought it was clipping. So what do you want me to fucking do? Okay. I went and got new shoes I went and got some new shoes this weekend because I was fucked up. My hip is fucked. Like, it's totally fucked. I should not be walking at all, really. But obviously I do. I did today. I snuck out of my house. My wife was like, hey, Brian, don't walk. And I'm also going to go to the grocery store. And I was like, oh, yeah? Well, all right. I'll see you when you get back from the grocery store. And then I fucking left. Walked for like 2 hours in my new Birkenstocks, which I'm now, obviously if somebody can get me some, if somebody can hook me up with some Birkin socks, they call them Birkin socks. I would like some of those, but I have to buy two things currently. I have to buy socks, those thick boys. Oh, Texas Street Fighter says, are they like the Frankenstein shoes you bought? No. Yeah, let me tell you, I'll tell that story. That's how we're going to open the fucking show this week. And I'm going to tell you a fucking little story about my body, okay? Not my dick or anything, or my asshole or anything like that. I'm not going to tell you about my dick or my asshole or any of those parts of my body. But, oh man, my hip was killing me this week, and I went for a very long walk on Friday in my new Timberlands. I bought these boots, these fucking Timberland boots that I mean, I tried them on and they felt pretty good on the old Tootsies. They felt pretty good on my feet. Also, hey, 614-655-3887. If you're listening to this, give us a call. There's room in the queue. I would love to talk to you. It would be very fun. But anyway, I'm walking. I got my fucking feet are hurting like bad. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And at first I was like, they're tingling, but a painful tingle. And I was like, I wonder what's going on there. Am I fucked up? Am I like dying? Am I gonna lose my leg or something? But the jury's still out on that. I probably could, but my hip was also hurting, and so did my back. So when your hip and your back hurts and your toes are tingling, that leads towards sciatica. So I'm wearing these fucking shoes. I get home. I'm like, I got to look at my feet, see what's going on down there. See, as I've said on this show before, I have beautiful fucking feet. I probably, honestly, if we had to look at people in this podcasting space, I would lean towards probably I have the best feet that there are. You can't get a better pair of feet than mine. So I go, I buy these things from REI. I take this fucking 20-mile walk where I'm also speeding up. I'm trying to go faster now. And in hopes that one day I can take a run and just be done with the whole thing early in the day. And then I guess sit around and watch TV or look at my phone. I don't know. I don't know what happens once I'm not walking all day. But at some point, I'm gonna have to not walk all day, or I would like to not walk all day. My hip is killing me. I get home, I take my shoes off, and I find out that the bottom of my feet are tingling in a painful way because they are made out of one blister. My pad of my foot had a huge blister on it. Between where the toes and that pad of your foot goes, blister. Ends of my toes, blister. Back of my foot, blister. And that's why my feet were in pain. It's So yesterday, I look at my wife and I say, those boots I bought ain't fucking gonna do the job. They're just not going great. And I had this other pair of Ultra Boosts where I was like, those Ultra Boosts are broke down. They're not gonna work either. None of these are gonna do the job. We're gonna need a new pair of shoes. And I just got paid, flush with money. I'm gonna go get a fucking pair of shoes. So we go to my favorite store, not the Lego store. I wanted to. Actually went to the mall by my that's by my house where the Lego store is. Fully kind of thinking like, well, let's stop in the Lego store. You know, we just stop in there and take a look. I'm not gonna buy anything, and because I have two Lego sets set up to go right now. I'm building Starry Night and Yoda. Did you hear how I said it? I said Yoda, Yoda. Um, so I have those two sets to build, and I go. There was a line to get into the Lego store because they're. I mean, really, they're not making people wear masks. But for fucking some reason, they're limiting the amount of people that can be in there. And I'm just like, what the why? Why are what, like if you're not making people wear masks, you might as well let us all in. The reason they weren't, lowering capacity was for the mask because, that whole thing. So I go, okay, I'm gonna fucking not go to the Lego store, but I'm gonna go get a pair of Crocs. This is my decision I make. I buy a pair of North Face shoes. I go to the North Face shoes store. I get a pair of North Face shoes. I wear them all the time. I love them. They're great shoes. It's not a deal that I got with anybody or anything like that. And then I go like this. I'm gonna go get some fucking Crocs. And my wife wasn't super thrilled with the idea of me wearing Crocs. I tried extremely hard to get them because I wanted them. But they didn't have a price tag on them. And then I was like, well, I'll try a pair on. They don't feel good on your feet. Crocs are not comfortable. These people running around saying these things are comfortable. They're just not. I'll tell you that right now. Not comfortable. I don't like them. Uh, so I made a decision that I would go look into another area of not shoes because I don't know. And I saw Birkenstocks and I was like, you know what? People have been telling me these Birkenstocks are great since I was a kid, but I would have never got them as a teenager. That's just not new metal kid does not wear Birkenstocks. And they're fucking so expensive. My parents I think I distinctly remember my parents saying I will not spend that much money on sandals. And I had those Nike ones. I wore them all fucking year. I don't know why they wouldn't spend that much money on. You throw some socks on and those sandals, and you're feeling good. So I went and I got the goddamn Birkenstocks, and I love them. They're great. I don't think I'm gonna wear shoes anymore. I think I'm done with shoes. I'm a sandals guy now. I am definitely a sandals guy. And that's very nice. Oh, thanks, Sam Kane. Sam Kane came by. He's listening to the Man Cow episode right now. Very fun episode. Man Cow is Man Cow. So you know. And Patrick McDonough's in here, says hiya, buddies. That is Ron and Fez talk. I love it. It's good to see. And again, give me a fucking call, somebody. We have room in the queue. And if you're not going to get in the goddamn queue, I can't do the show. So I'm going to try this new thing I've been thinking about doing. Every week from now on, and we're going to test this time. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to test something that we've been talking about doing here at HQ. The not the place where we got robbed, but I'll get on WikiFeet, but I want money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if people want to look at my feet, I want to get paid for that, you know? Um, so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to try this. Somebody in the chat. Now, at certain age, you're probably going to have to be of a certain age. But what we're going to do is somebody in the chat tell me their local hard rock radio station. Give me the call letters and the numbers or the name of the station. We're going to bring up their website and we're going to take a look at it before I take these calls. And maybe I'll even take some calls on the subject, you know? And we're going to test this whole new fucking thing out where we're going to have a little bit of fun at somebody else's expense that has more money than me and more power than me and are just pretty much playing better than me. So we're going to go with 1059 The X in Pittsburgh. I'm bringing it up right now. 105.9 The X in Pittsburgh. 105.9 The X. Oh, they come right up. So we're looking in Pittsburgh. It's the radio home of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this screen with you people because I like you. And it won't play any sound because for some reason they changed the app I'm using. But we're going to be able to look at the screen in a minute as soon as it catches up with me, which because I'm making, oh, look at it go. Look at it go. All right. So Nandy Bouchel returned. Okay. It sucks. You go to make fun of something, and then what happens? But there's a kid playing drums on the front of it. That doesn't work, you know? And we're going to do this every week. We're going to take a look and we will take a look and we will find out what's going on. So they are out of order with Striker. Striker is on, oh, Mark Madden. All right, everybody. We know Mark Madden, right? He is a wrestling guy. He was a wrestling guy. Now he's just a right wing asshole. And he's on this radio station. Let's take a look and see what his page looks like. If we click her here, maybe we'll see. Oh, look at him go. Okay. Well, what are you gonna do? That's not gonna work. He this site is dead. No wonder radio's dead. And then I'll just bring up our website, the Street Fight website. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, now we've got a contest here. Go fund yourself. 13 chances to win each weekday. This is nice. You get oh God. Listen to 1059 in the hour. It says just weekdays in the hours, which I don't know what that means. For the nationwide $1,000 keyword, then enter it here for your chance to win. I don't like this. Bad contest. Bad looking website, really, if I'm going to tell you the truth. Don't like it. Don't like it. Is this a rock station? Is somebody in Pittsburgh tell me if this is this like a rock station? Because this looks like whoever paid for this website is 1,000% like getting ripped off by somebody, right? Like this seems like a ripoff. I could make this website and I can't even make a fucking website. I don't know how. Never figure that out. Oh, the Woody Show. Okay. This is a rock station. Thank Angie Carey for answering my question. The Woody Show. You love to see when people are cartoons. And again, what's this? Okay. Well, let's take a look here. A woman was trapped underneath a couch after trying to move furniture. Her daughter recorded the incident, and the woman was okay. So she was stuck under a couch. That's something, right? That's something. So 1059 The X is basically news of the weird, which I've decided all of that stuff is that news of the weird shit is just for radio now, right? Like we could go to Prep Burger, but it doesn't work. They won't let you go there. But I'll bring this back up in a little bit. We're gonna take a looky wookie. They don't have anything to click on. Let me show you. I'm gonna show y'all a real radio station website. Okay. 99.7 The Blitz. Let me show you this. I'm gonna show you a fucking website like you've never seen before. We're gonna share the screen and Chrome tab. Look at this site now. I'm going to give. Oh, wow. Now that is a fucking rock and roll radio station website. That is what they look like. You know, you got a Falling in Reverse concert already sold out. You know, you got a bowling league, which I have considered joining. I'm sorry. Uh, I just thought maybe I could meet some radio people there. Oh, look at that. Salute to Soldiers. Damn, we found one. That's what a rock and roll website looks like. That Salute to Soldiers is killing me. Oh, the rock shop. What's in the rock shop, do you say? Uh oh, shirts. Okay. Okay. 30th anniversary. But this is what I always think a rock and roll site looks like. You know what I mean? It's like one of those like you get a phone case, you get the Jack Daniels shirt right here. Oh, good. Okay, now we got to go back to the X because now we're talking about the Pittsburgh radio station has recently played songs, and that's really what we're here for, right? 105. I can't get to. I'm getting it, folks. I'm getting it. Well, 1059 the X recently played song. There it is. I'm here. I'm here now. I'm here. I'm going to share it. Now we're talking. We're just getting the hang of this these days. I haven't been able to share pictures with anybody in a ever, and this was my dream was to be able to look at people's radio stations. And here's 1059 the X. This is their iHeart page. And here we go. So, roll down. First of all, I don't know what sort of a person would ever listen to your morning radio show as a podcast. Not going to happen. So, of course, the most recently played song is Enter Sandman because obviously every one of these radio stations only plays Enter Sandman. Then we got Novocaine, the Unlikely Candidates. And I got to say, never heard of it. Is Novocaine any good? Let me know in the chat. And of course, the Middle by Jimmy Eat World. That's kind of wild playlist there. You know, you don't really think that the Middle would be on the same station as Enter Sandman, and then nobody knows what Novocaine is. So we're in that situation still. So the Woody interview, yeah. So they have podcasts here, and you know, and if you like the X, they got alt radio, smells like the '90s, alternative rewind, punk tacos radio. What's punk tacos radio? We're gonna click punk tacos radio. Uh, recently played. Oh, this isn't a radio. This is a radio station, like where somebody would go and find their punk station in town. So not good. Not good. Let's pick up the phone here. And again, 614-655-3887. Give me a call. I need to hear from you. Let's get this person on the phone. Hey, you're talking to Brian. What's up? What's up?
What's up, Brian? How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm well. Congratulations on the Birkenstocks. They're great shoes.
Oh, they couldn't be better. This is like a commercial for them now. Uh,
Oh yeah.
the Birkenstocks are wonderful. But I've only worn them for 2 days, so I could change my mind by the Wednesday show or Thursday show this week. I could be just yelling, "Fucking Birkenstocks, fucking suck." or
Great.
what ends up happening is fucking people will show up in the room. People will show up or DM me and say Birkenstocks are made by racists or something like that. And it makes you feel bad. I think I post something. I posted like a starburst. ranking of my favorite Starburst flavors this week, and somebody is like, "Yeah, too bad they're Union Busters," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I apologize. I don't even eat them
Starburst.
that often."
Yeah, I don't think Birkenstocks are made by racists, but they're a German company, so you never really know.
That's cool though. I mean, German racists making my shoes. They make
Oh
those
yeah,
other things. They make cars too. It is a German
they've
company that does make
they've
the.
made some wonderful products, unfortunately. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, how's your night going?
That's okay. I'm hanging out. I got this like incredible backache. Those those fucking shoes
Ooh.
fucked me up. You would never believe how bad those Timberlands fucked me up. And I'm going to tell you this story. I meant to tell you this story. This is the story I was going to do. I bought them from REI, so you get to take those back for a year. I believe is the REI, maybe even forever. I don't remember uh, uh, what it is, but you're supposed to be able to take them back. And I took them back, and I was like, it's fucking my it's fucking my hip up, and I have blisters all over the bottom of my feet. And she goes, "Well, how long have you had them?" I was like, "I don't know, like a little less than a month." She pulls them out of the fucking box and looks at the bottom, and she's like, "No fucking way you've had them for less than," like, she's giving me grief. Like, even if it was 11 months, I should be allowed to bring the shoes back. That's the rule that they set up themselves, not me. I didn't set up the rule that I could return my shit. So I go, well, I don't want them anymore. And my hip screwed. She goes like this. These aren't for walking. I'm like, well, they're shoes. She's like, yeah, you don't
Their
want to wear
shoes. What else
you
would
don't
they
wear
be
these.
for?
Yeah. She's like, you don't want to wear these walking. And I'm like, well, fuck. Okay. And then she goes, here's your money back. I'll put it back on the card or whatever. And I left. And oh no. Then she goes, what are you wearing now? Looks down, wants to know what I'm wearing on my feet, like at that moment. And there are these North Face shoes that I just bought earlier, like 2 hours earlier. She was like, yeah, those are just gonna fall apart too. They're gonna screw your hip up too. I was like, God damn. I don't know why she was being like so pushy about, like, who cares? You know? Who fucking cares? It's not
Yeah,
like it's coming out of her paycheck.
yeah. Who knows? It's I thought that was REI's thing was the great return policy.
Yeah, and now I'm hearing this. My wife is up my ass about it, but that Lululemon is the same thing. They said that
Yeah, get
you you can take your Lululemon stuff back after any amount of time. And
sure
I
you're not.
have these shorts with a hole in the crotch, and I'm like, maybe I'll take them motherfuckers back too. You know,
Yeah, we're worth a shot.
I've been unleashed on the world with I went through a period of time where I was like, I will never in my entire fucking life take anything back. It's embarrassing. And I'll never use a coupon. But REI, if you're a member at fucking REI, they send you like insane coupons. Like shit where it's like you know, $20 off of 50 or something like that. Just a really good deal. So you're like, well, shit. I guess I'll use that. So I've been using coupons there. And then I was just like, I will never in my entire life return something. And now I'm just fucking unleashed. I'm just like, let's return some shit. Is there anything else I have in the house that can be returned? So I think I'm going to give the shorts a shot next, the Lululemon, because I buy these Lululemon shorts I really like. And I think I'm going to try and take them back. I'll let y'all know if they let me take them back, because that would be a game changer for me, because those pants or those shorts are like $100. And if they're just like, here, have another pair of shorts, I'd be like, damn, okay, this fucking works.
Oh
This is a
yeah.
great deal. Sorry, I totally hijacked your call. But I'm gonna
Oh,
give
not
you
at
all
all.
the time in the
I
world
don't
because
have much to. Uh, sorry.
nobody's calling me. So you have all the time you need. I have actually, there's 2 more calls on hold, but
Well,
we need more. We need more calls. Call it up. This is
all
your
right.
chance. Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, no. Right now I'm about 27 hours into a 42-hour drive, so I'm just
Where are you
chilling.
driving?
I don't have a
Where are you driving to?
driving from
I mean, you don't
Philadelphia
have
to
to tell me
Portland.
where. From what to Portland?
Driving from Philly to Portland.
What made you decide to do that? Are you moving?
No. I drive bands for a living usually, but I haven't been on the road in the past month. And on Thursday, I got contacted by a band to see if I would drive a van full of their merch out there. So I've said, fuck it, why not? I'll go to Oregon. I've been out for like 10 hours today. I did 17 yesterday. I woke up in Pennsylvania, went to sleep in South Dakota. Now I'm in eastern Montana.
This is the life I'm trying to talk my wife into. When my daughter quit, when my daughter's out of school, because she's she's about to go to college next year. And I think, obviously I will double my income sometime next year. And I'm just like, let's just, get a small apartment and drive all the time. Like, we get a small apartment in Columbus and then just fucking head out on the road and see the whole country. Cause I think, like, I find that, like, being in South Dakota sounds sick to me. Like, the coolest shit in the fucking world. And now there's going to be a person that's like, South Dakota actually sucks, and it is the most racist city in the country. So, state. I called it a city, but oh, I lost him. I lost my caller. He hung up on me. That's sad. I'm gonna wait and see if he calls me back. There's a button here that says call back where I could call him back and just see what happens. Should I try that? Oh, it's gone. He's gone now. He's gone. But yeah, South Dakota seems pretty beast. I mean, have you JJ Sanders in the chat said not the best. Also, Bogan Broom, where you said return for my new return gimmick. That's pretty sick. I like that. Because I am the new return guy. And let's just fucking return everything. I wonder if I could let's return it all, Also, I'm looking into getting a ring light. Yeah, Deadwood's cool. Okay, there you go. Let's pick up this next call, see what's going on. Hello, you're talking to Brian. What's up?
Hey.
Hello? Oh, I think we lost another one. What's going on? What's happening? Hey, I can hear you. I sound desperate now, where it's like I'm running through the calls. They're all dropping on me. I'm fucking desperate. Call me. Very few calls, and now I'm fucking desperately hoping this person's phone works or that he can hear me or that he didn't just hang up on me to goof on me, which would be fun. That would be funny. I would give him that. I would let him goof. But I think his phone, he must be in South Dakota, I think. Maybe. He's called before. So I don't know. Losing the calls. Oh my God. Yes, whatever. I'm gonna wait one more second and then I am going to take the next call, which will be the last call, I guess. Drop call. And all right, you're here to save my life.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
who am I talking
I stayed
to?
on. You seem desperate.
Excuse me? What the fuck did I say? Excuse
Oh,
me.
I stayed on because you seem desperate. I was going to hang up and do some chores.
Oh, well, thank you. I am very desperate, actually. I mean, not that desperate. I could probably talk for 27 more minutes and just end the show at an hour. But I like talking to you all, and I like it when people call, and it's fun. So, what's going on tonight?
I'm just getting ready for my first day of work doing seasonal deliveries for UPS. I'm about to get my ass handed to me.
Hmm. My buddy Alexander does that, and
Yeah, I actually, when I got the
have you
job,
done
I
it?
texted him for advice, or I
Oh,
DM'd
really?
him.
Have you
Yeah,
done it ever? Is this the first time?
I did it last year. That's when I DM'd him, and he gave me lots of great advice. He was awesome.
Yeah, he's great. What is some advice, you know, that like can't, because I feel like you're never going to be able to prepare for this. I mean, wait, you're probably looking at working 7 days a week for the next forever,
It's
for the
it's
until next month.
it's 6 days a week. Um, it's definitely not like a hours thing that's gonna crush me. It's like the work that you do in the 8 hours that you work is the most amount of work I've ever done, and I've done lots of jobs.
Yeah, I mean, days are like, I mean, for me, when it comes to that sort of thing, it is days that fuck me. You know what I mean? It's never the hours. Obviously, I don't do a high hours job, but like,
Yeah,
so this week I work Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm doing 2 to 3 shows all those days. But like, and I don't care. It's not like podcasting is hard, but it's like I wish I could stack all of that stuff into one day and just do one hellish 8-hour podcasting day and then not have to work again. Because I have found that if I give myself a day off, I like having the day off. But if I just am like, okay, well, like me and Chris record at noon a lot of times, knock it out and I'm done. I don't have to do anything. So I don't know. I find it. I'm talking to a guy that's about to work his ass off for the rest of the year. Well, no, you work till probably February, right?
nah, January 15th. Well, the seasonal part is why I can just put my head down and not worry about working 6 days a week. If it was like a permanent job, I was working 6 days a week, I'd quit because um, but when it's seasonal, you can just like see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're just like, okay, I'm going to do this for 2 months.
You don't
But
have like
when
my
it's like,
Let me ask you if
but
you have one of my main issues. One of the big problems that I've always had is like, so I really wanted to work at a movie theater growing up. I thought, you know, this couldn't fucking possibly be a better job than movie theater because you get to see free movies. But then you find out you have to work on Christmas and you're like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I don't want to work on Christmas. I don't want to work on Christmas. Now, here's the fucking thing. I don't even fucking I'm not like Christian. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm not like Mr.
well,
Christmas, but I don't feel like I can work on like Christmas. I don't want to work on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or New
that's
Year's Eve.
because
Like I
that's
have
because
this real
you follow the.
traditional holiday thing.
It's well, it's like it's not Christian. You have the religion of the working class. Like Christmas, when you're not religious but you work for a living, is a like holy day off.
Mhm.
Working on
They won't
Christmas
make you
seems
work.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Um,
can't make
oh,
you.
by the way,
Most of the time, they can't make you work on Christmas. There's like 3 jobs that are working class jobs. I mean, obviously the police. Uh, obviously the police are
yeah,
like,
but yeah,
we don't want
I
them
don't
to be
mean
working,
legally,
but
but
they
like
work.
the
The
sensibility
movies and the
is
gas
that like
station. It's the movies and the gas station, pretty much, right?
there's got to be other stuff. I can't think of it right
Chinese
now,
restaurant,
but
they say.
yeah, like pharmacies are obviously like open half days and stuff like that. But and like as I've gotten older, more and more holidays have people working and they just pay the time and a half.
Yeah, that was the thing though at the cable company when I worked there was that like they would if you took the Christmas on call, you made so much fucking money because it was like double time if you get called out. They're trying not to call you out because they're paying you so much fucking money if you have to
Oh
leave,
yeah.
you know? And when you're talking about on call at the place I worked, it's like the on call person takes their van home and then they get called and they got to drive to the house. And all these
Oh
people, for some fucking reason, lived in the sub way out in the suburbs, like way out. But I think they call them
yeah.
exurbs. And 45 minutes away from like downtown. So like they would get called out and it would be, sometimes an hour drive to get to the other side of the city. So they're already paying for that 1 hour of driving, and then you got to go do the
Sure.
job, and nobody's around, and it's just like so they try not to send you out, but like these guys, you could. I think I've said this before. Like when it came to being on call at the cable company, I was able to. And this sounds crazy, and you can be mad at me if you want. But it was the way of the world back then, and you guys know I'm a carny type. Um, guys would pay you $100 to take your on-call shift. So I sold it every time. Every time I was supposed to be on call, I was like, yeah, $100 and you can have it. And they would just take it. And they'd give me $100 and take it because there was more money in it for them. But I was like, shit, I'll fucking get a home.
What's wrong with that?
It just sounds like I'm taking advantage of people, but I mean they wanted it, so I guess I'm not.
Yeah,
really taking
I've worked plenty of jobs. They're making their choice.
Oh yeah, like there's a certain type of person. We've talked about it on this show for forever. There is like that certain type of person that just wants every bit of hours they can get, like the thing they want. And like I don't identify with that because I don't want. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't care that much about. I care about money to the point where I like having it, but I don't care about it enough.
I feel the same way.
Like, yeah, I'll sit around and be broke. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, for sure. It's the necessities in life that'll make you work the extra shift. But I've definitely known plenty of people who, they're shift monkeys. They will take any extra shift, no matter what. But then again, half of them, when you like find out about their life, they have kids, they have a sick, partner or some shit.
I know. The guys that I would give it up to were children.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like when I worked in kitchens for a long time, and there was like always like one guy who just wanted as much money as possible, but the other person who was like buying shifts off you and stuff was always ended up having like some like unimaginable issue that they're going to deal with for the rest of their life, and they needed money, and it was kind of sad. But I forgot to say my name and where I'm from. So I'm Eddie from Florida.
Oh, Eddie, Florida. All right. Ron DeSanctimonious, right? That's the governor.
Dude,
the new
Trump still got it. He still got it.
He doesn't. Actually, I think he's washed. I think he's nobody's going to buy into Ron DeSanctimonious. That's like Dangerous Donald. This is not going to work.
Oh no, he's workshopping right now. I like Ron DeSanctimonious, but that's not going to. That's one of 10 he's going to try out.
True. Maybe he'll get a good one later today. But like,
yeah,
Psychic Gasoline has a good point too. It's like he said, it's the feeling that we all have that open every day shouldn't be a thing. There should be a few agreed upon days that no one's open. And then he says general strike for triple pay on all holidays. And then also hourly
Hell
jobs
yeah.
should be required to pay you the time it takes you to get to work. Yeah. I mean, I always felt like yes, if you're the argument I would make is like if my break, if walking back to my desk or my van or getting to the place that I'm taking my break at is a part of my break, then driving to work is a part of my work. Because that's what they used to tell us at the cable company a lot of times too. They say it everywhere. I'm sure that it's the same thing at UPS. It's like you got to be back from the break room or smoking or wherever you go before the 15 minutes it's up. So you're looking at people that work at like these massive fulfillment centers, specifically like I think about uh, um, Amazon, because I drove by one of their fulfillment centers yesterday and I was like, holy fucking shit. I mean, it's huge. It's bigger than my neighborhood. It's like, so I have to fucking walk like to wherever I'm going to smoke or whatever. It probably takes a good 5 minutes, and that's me being generous to Amazon for some reason. But it probably takes 5 minutes to get outside to smoke a cigarette. And then you have like what, 8 minutes to smoke a cigarette, and then you're fucking stuck walking back.
Oh,
So I agree.
I'm pretty sure that if you take cigarette breaks at Amazon, you're gonna get fired. They fire people for like doing 2 minutes too long coming back from taking a piss. They have like trackers on you. It's called time off task, and if you hit like a limit in a day, you can get fired automatically.
That's fucking I hate that company. I mean,
UPS is better for sure.
Yeah, because if we could nationalize Amazon, it would be the greatest fucking thing in the world, right? Like,
I mean, we can start by just having them have the same contract as UPS workers and get unionized by the Teamsters. I mean, I'm not in the union because I'm a seasonal worker, but I benefit from their contract. I get paid $22.50 an hour, and like all my work is self-directed. Basically, there's a certain number of packages I'm given in a route, and I drive my car and I deliver them. And there's a big UPS hub that'll help me. And if I can't do something, it's too heavy, or there's too many packages for me to deliver by like the time it gets dark, someone will come and get them all. And that's all because the last contract negotiated that stuff for me, who's not even a union member.
Actually, that is interesting. I mean, it seems to me, I didn't even know they let like seasonal and temporary employees drive trucks. So I'm actually surprised that you're.
Oh no, I use my car.
Deliver. Oh, you have to do it in your car. Ooh, mamma mia.
They pay like $1 or a little bit less a mile, maybe like 70 cents a mile.
Okay.
And it comes out to gas and maintenance, so it's a pretty good deal.
What size car do you drive? Like, is it a truck you're driving?
No, I drive like a large sedan, like a 2010, 11 Ford Taurus SLE. So It's got a huge trunk. But to be honest, like you can have a small car. You just have to like plan your route to just keep coming back to you basically have like a pod, like a storage unit that you have a bunch of packages in a manifest, and you have a phone that they give you with like a Google Maps with all of the places you need to go on there, and you can just plan out your route. It's fully self-directed. You can like take your breaks when you want to, you never like interact with anyone. It's just you.
That's great.
And like maybe a guy in a truck that you can call.
And you're just like sort of cruising around, like listening to podcasts or music and just kind of hanging around in the van.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds great.
I mean, I have to get like, I have to deliver to like 100 stops between 11 and like 7 p.m. And depending on like how big the packages are, how complicated the route is, that could be like pretty stressful. But while I'm driving, I'm listening to fucking Shocktober or whatever.
Hey, one more episode. but
Yeah,
those episodes are so long. I would have been one of the reasons I make a lot of those Shocktober episodes super long is because the reason I loved that radio is because it took up so much of my day in the work.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons that I put Shocktober on my phone when I do this job specifically, because it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
I switch between like podcasts that are long and usually something funny, because if it's like theory or something that I have to follow along with, I'm obviously going to get lost when like I have to do work. But like if you're just making fun of the Grease Man or whatever, I can like pop in and out mentally.
Yeah.
Or I listen to it.
Well, I'm doing that too.
Yeah, like,
when I'm listening to the Grease Man.
Yeah. Also, like I never grew up with like talk radio. I grew up in Miami, and so like basically everyone either listened to the hip hop station or the salsa station, and like
what about Dan Le Batard?
Talk radio was limited. Yeah, like talk radio, at least with my friends and the adults in my life, was limited to mostly like morning and in between, like segments in between music.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
finding out about all of this lore is pretty great.
Yeah. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 36, but I literally never heard of Opie and Anthony before I listened to Shocktober.
That is so wild to me because but I think we talked about this recently on actually talked about it on Shocktober, where it was like there are things, and we all have them, and I'm sure people in the chat can tell me what theirs are, but there are these things that you see when you're at an age that is extremely, like, they just grab you immediately. And
Sure.
I think the first time I heard talk radio, I was like, wait, it was Howard Stern, right? And it's like they just sit there and like they just talk and like look at naked ladies and stuff like that. Like that's what they do. Like that sounds great. Like that sounds like the perfect job for me. And it got so like ingrained in me that it just like never went away. It never ever it never went away for me. It was just like as soon as I found out that there are these guys that make fun of everything, it was just mind-blowing. And people in the chat are like MST, Mystery Science Theater 3000, and that is a good one too. I remember the first time I saw that. It's like not my favorite show, but it was like these guys are goofing on fucking movies, and that's incredible. They're like these people just get to sit down and make fun of movies that already exist. And I think, especially for young boys, right? It's like hearing that you can keep making fun of stuff for the rest of your life is really cool. Like knowing that there's a job out there where I can just keep making fun of things until I die. I'm so happy. Kami Mommy said Beavis and Butthead. And I remember that show too. Blew my fucking mind. I remember one of the very earliest sort of where I was like, I think I'm politically active situations is when they were trying to like ban Beavis and Butthead because some people lit some stuff on fire. I highly doubt even happened, but at the time it was like, wait a minute, fucking, you can't ban this because I like it. So I'm in school, like sign this petition. I don't even know where the petition was gonna go, but I was like, I just don't want Beavis and Butthead to go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it probably did happen because I remember growing up, like rich white ladies with bad haircuts would like picket all kinds of like media or like roll over CDs with a steamroller and shit. It was pretty wild, but they were trying to ban literally everything on TV.
My father-in-law did that. Not father-in-law. My stepdad lived in Kansas and had this like, I don't know. He was drinking a lot, but he started to be like he found religion somehow, and I have no idea how this guy like why he found religion, other than I know that, there's a whole book about Kansas at that time, and the right wing radicalization of that place. What's the matter with
Yeah,
Kansas?
what happened
Uh,
to Kansas?
yeah, and I'm there in the '90s, the early '90s. It would probably been '92 or something like that as a kid, and I was 14, so it wouldn't have been '92. I don't know. I'd have to do the math. But I'm 14 years old, and I bring my CDs with me because they're like literally the most important thing in the world to me. Like all I care about is cigarettes and my CDs. So I pack my bag, and it is a carton of cigarettes that I bought with my own money, and that I had been saving up so that when I got there, I'd have smokes the whole time. And it was my CDs. And one day we went somewhere with my mom, and my stepdad was drinking. I guess he just maybe got mad or something and went through my bag. And not only did he break all my cigarettes, but he also fucking like broke my White Zombie, Las Exorcisto Devil Music Volume 1. He fucking broke that and threw it in the trash. And there might I don't think there was even a Marilyn Manson. Like the nastiest thing I had was that White Zombie CD at the time. And he's like, "You bring devil music and cigarettes into my house," and I don't think I ever forgave him for that. But yeah, White Zombie was a big
Wait, what
deal
was
in
the
Kansas.
cover? What was the cover of that album?
It's the one that looks like it looks like an old garage rock album with like tie-dye and shit like that. And Rob
Oh,
Zombie
okay.
and White Zombie's on the front, but it has this little thing up in the corner that says La Sexorcisto Devil Music Volume 1. So it
Oh,
fucking
it's called
literally
Devil
said
Music.
yeah, it said devil music on it. And it was just like my my parents cared, like didn't care. Like the parents that I lived with, my dad and my stepmom, they didn't care about that stuff. They were just kind of like, well, they're gonna listen to whatever they fucking listen to, you know. And so they kind of let it slide, but he was just so pissed. So like I had this CD that my fucking dad bought me that this guy breaks. And it's just like, oh fuck you, man. I it was crazy. But yeah, Zach H said devil music and cigarettes are the only rites of passage we have left. Yeah, it was devil music and cigarettes. And he got pissed.
my
And
my
all I had left was Nirvana Unplugged. That was the only album I had left after he
Oh
did,
man,
which is
I'm sorry.
like, listen, that's a good album or whatever, but you gotta
You,
have something up tempo.
you need that's a very specific mood. You need something else to listen to most of the time.
You need like another, yeah, just something, you know.
my my old Cuban grandfather had never took anything away from me or like got mad at me really ever, except one time he saw my Anti-Flag CD, and then based on the name Anti-Flag, like kind of got a hunch that it was like anti-American, and he got fucking pissed as shit and threw it in the garbage.
Oh, that sucks because it's like, dude, you don't even know what it is. Listen to the fucking thing. Like my parents, I'll tell you this right now. My parents would have been so fucking happy if I was like a radical politics guy when I was a kid. Like that would have been like, oh yeah, we won. I mean, they probably would. I don't think they like my politics now or anything like that. But I think being what I was at the time, it would be preferable for me to be like a communist. But they
Oh
were
man,
just like,
nah. My
they got
family
what I
would have preferred cigarettes and devil music over communists any day. They're
well, they're Cuban,
Cuban
though.
conservative as fuck. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I ended up being
understand
the
that.
worst thing you could be to them
I know. I
for
mean, it's
sure.
surprising because you would think that like you would have spent all of your time kind of being indoctrinated in that, specifically like having parents that like went there. So it's kind of like I remember when I used to argue I don't. I haven't had the chance to do this since then, but after the Iraq War and Afghanistan, I was sort of like, oh, Jason's messing with stuff. But after the Iraq War in Afghanistan, I was sort of, oh, there it is. There it is. Jason sharing the La Sexorcisto album cover. There it is. Not a scary looking album cover, by the way. But like, shit, I forgot where I was. That scared me. I think I just got a little scared there. But yeah, I think that like having parents that experience, oh, it's like I know where I was. So it's like back for the Iraq War. It when you would get into an argument with like somebody and they'd say, well, you weren't even, I was there and you're not. So, you know, I think I know what's going on. You know, when you're arguing with a troop. And finally, I just went like this. Like he goes, I know what's going on. I was there, you don't. And I said, your entire experience of the people in that country is you pointing a gun at them. So I don't think you really got the experience of being in Iraq, really. And he got mad at me. We haven't talked since then. But you know, I would assume you would have to put up with a lot of that with parents that left Cuba, right? Like, or grandparents that left Cuba, because it's kind of like, well, you don't know, you weren't there. This is what communism is, and that's what it is, and like you can't even argue with them.
I don't bring it up with my grandparents. Well, both my grandparents passed away recently, but I didn't bring it up with them because for them it's not a political argument; it's an emotional one. Like they saw friends die, so like you're not gonna have a political argument. It's just gonna be emotional. But with like my mom and other Cuban people in Miami, the amount of anti-communist propaganda that I was exposed to is like more than like maybe 100 people anywhere else combined. But it pushed me to read and figure out the stuff for myself earlier in life. Like I was pretty much a communist by 15.
Yeah, because you want to argue. You know, you want to know what's happening.
My whole family.
Yeah, you want to be able to argue with them, and you want to sound like you know what you're talking about. And to me, that is like that's why I read a lot of theory, was because I was like, I want to make sure I'm right here. You know?
Yeah. Only now in therapy am I having to come to terms with that. No matter how much I know about Cuba or communism, I'm not gonna get validation from my mom, about it.
No. Yeah, I mean, it's what I always. It's like when I'm arguing with my dad about fucking. I'll be arguing with my dad about like, well, first of all, he brings up a lot of, like, he'll say like, well, that's in Canada. I came up in Canada, so I grew up in Canada. By the way, moved when he was 9, so he didn't really grow up in Canada.
Yeah,
but he goes, I grew up in Canada, so there wasn't any racism around me. And I was like, you motherfucking liar, there was racism. There's definitely racism in Canada. That is that is they have done a lot of racist things in the past. So
being in Miami is also probably the reason that I was exposed to like the counter worldview. Because most of my friends were from South America and the Caribbean and were working class. So their parents were either in like a left-wing party or fled because of right-wing paramilitary militia like forced them to. So like I had friends like parents who were like ex-Sandinistas and stuff. So I got exposed to like a completely opposite worldview than I had at home pretty early too. So I knew that another vision of how things unfold in the world was possible. And I did not like what I heard at home. So I went and found anything else. Also,
I find it,
punk rock music helped me a lot too,
yeah,
especially when I
that
was young
stuff,
and I didn't understand theory.
that is what got pretty much everybody, I think, that listens to this show. And I always think it's funny because, obviously I did not listen to punk growing up, and I didn't sort of start thinking about left-wing politics until I was like in my 30s. So punk would have helped early, but I just couldn't. There weren't a lot of punk people in my in school. So okay. I had to look at my text, but well, I wish you good luck with the
Yeah, I appreciate
with
it.
the UPS job. It's not as bad as if you were in a cold place, I think. That's another
No,
thing.
but I will say to anyone who's ordering packages during peak season, leave out water and maybe like a granola bar for the people because we don't have time to stop and it is hot as shit outside. And
Oh, I
so
wish it
yeah,
was hot
think about
here.
your guys. Leave them treats.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thanks for calling. It was good to hear from you.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, here we go. This is a moment of truth for everybody. You can call in. I have not stopped the queue, but I'm going to go ahead and answer this last call. And if I don't know, if nobody else calls, I'm leaving. Well, hello there. You're talking to Brian on Street Fight. What's up?
Hi again. This is Jake calling from Montana. Sorry, my last call dropped. As the name would imply, very mountainous out here.
You're in Montana now? Oh, you were in Montana
I'm in
before.
Montana.
So how's
Yeah.
Montana's a
What's that?
dream place for me to visit. I want to go there real bad.
Montana. It's gorgeous out here. It's dark out now, but I'm in eastern Montana. I'm 100 miles or so east of Billings. Trying to hit Missoula tonight, and then wake up in Missoula, and that's where the real pretty stuff starts.
Yeah, and there's people like Missoula's supposed to be super cool. Like that's kind of a nice thing.
I've heard good things. I've been through there a few times, but never had much of a chance to poke around. And I think this time is going to be similar. I think it's going to be get in, wake up, and leave. But who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
If
I
anybody
want
has
to
any
go out.
Missoula recommendations in the chat, let me know.
Yeah, I would like to go. I look at Montana. You've heard me talk. I think people have heard me talk about it on here. That I've looked at taking a trip there, but it's crazy expensive to go to Montana. So it's gonna have to turn into one of those. Let's drive cross country and spend some time there. Where it's just like we'll stop in, we'll stay. Because I want to drive all the way across this fucking thing.
Oh, it's great. I've done the cross country drive a number of times. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful chunk of land that we live on.
It's fun. I mean, well, you're alone, so. But you said you drive bands usually. Usually,
yeah. I obviously didn't during COVID, but this year I wound up being on the road from basically middle of January to middle of September. I've just been at home for the past month and a half or so.
That's so fucking cool. They said Aces Loman said go hang out at Oxford and the Union Hall in Missoula if you have time there. You just hit that place up.
Hall in Missoula. Cool.
But
Cool.
So do you usually have people with you?
Usually, yeah. This is the first time I've ever done a full cross country drive solo. So it's interesting. It's nice. I enjoy the solitude, but it's definitely a little bit lonely out here.
Can I ask this? Like, is your job like limo driving where you're not allowed to talk to people? Or are you allowed to talk to
No.
No.
No, not at all. I mean, I drive mostly international punk bands. So if a band is coming over from Spain or Brazil or Italy, wherever, they'll hit me up and I'll help them get the tour together and do it. But it's all I did one tour. I did one tour in a bandwagon that was kind of I wasn't not allowed to talk to people, but those vehicles are set up that you can't really talk to people. You're in a completely separate compartment. But usually the tours that I do are in a van that everybody's in, everybody's communicating.
Yeah. I mean, and it's that's cool. I mean, like I thought it was more like I thought it was more like limo driving where it's like, oh, I can't I don't want to it's more like limo driving where they don't want to talk to you. But I guess if you're bringing people over from fucking Spain, uh you could absolutely um if you wanted to if you they would want your help, I would assume. Like doing things,
Yeah,
right?
and the world that I run in is Lion. Punk is not. I think maybe if I were bus driver for big metal or classic rock whatever band, that might be a different story. But that's not where I'm at.
Yeah, Bob Seger. Like if you're driving Bob Seger across the country, I guess
Oh
that
yeah,
would be.
I'm sure that would be a completely different thing.
Yeah. They probably you probably have to like not look them in the eye and shit. I am blocking whoever this guy is, but I don't know how it works. So Jason, block this guy. I guess I don't know. He's sharing Bible. It's the Jews kill our prophets, which is all right. Well, cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, showed up in the chat. It happens every once in a while. People show up in the chat and do edgy stuff. I don't really know, but now I'm off screen. I blocked him, so I don't know exactly. Nope, you can't. Now they're calling me a pussy. So great. Oh, I guess you. Oh man, man, I hate how you have to do work too. Uh, Oh, you got him. Okay, Jason got him, so I don't have to deal with him now. Uh, but anyway, yeah. So it sounds like a cool job. You can like hang around and shit like
It's
that
great.
with and
I love it. I mean, it's I've as of yesterday, I've been to every one of the lower 48. So South Dakota was the last one on my list. So now I've been just about everywhere in this country, all the big cities anyway.
but now you gotta figure
It's
out how to
fun.
go to
I know
Hawaii.
you've been. What's up?
Now you got to figure out how to get to Hawaii and Alaska.
I know it's a long drive to either of those places. Alaska I drive to. Hawaii maybe not so much.
We me and the wife also talked about that too. Where it was like maybe we'll just go to like maybe we'll go to Hawaii. I mean, my wife won't go to Hawaii because she said people in Hawaii don't want us there, which is like I think that's just like some people. I know other people make their living by tourism, but if she doesn't want to go and she feels bad about it, then I'm not gonna make her go. But I want to fly to Alaska for sure. It's like when you start Googling how to go there, it's such a fucking like it's expensive. You don't know what days to go. I guess you want to go in the summertime, but then the sun's out the whole time and you can't see the thing. So you gotta go when you're going to be cold, and you got to go when it's going to be cold.
If you're
And
going
that, I don't want to.
If you're going to Alaska, you should expect to be cold. You don't want to go to Alaska for a beach vacation.
You go there in the summertime where it's like 70 or maybe not 70, maybe it's 50. I said 70. I think it's in like the 50s or 60s. And then you can experience Alaska. But I guess also like you want to go when Alaska stuff is happening, you know. I like the Iditarod or something. You want to go for something like that, it's gonna be snowing.
That'd be fucking wild. I have a friend who lives up, I think around Fairbanks, and was working at a place that did like Northern Lights tourism. I've always wanted to go visit, but haven't had the chance yet.
Yeah, that's what my daughter. My wife. My wife really wants to see like the Northern Lights, and that's why Montana sounded so. Montana sounded cool. We go to fucking Montana. I think you can see them there, if I'm not mistaken. There's just not that many lights. I mean, obviously, if you have to stay in a hotel, though, you're where there's lights.
Yeah, I guess I mean, if you get out to the west, you go between. It's not like I don't know. It's way different than the eastern half of the country. I've lived my whole life around Philly area. And the first time I ever came out west of the Mississippi, it's really mind blowing how different it is. And it's really you can find really, really, really dark places and see the sky very clearly. I've never seen the Northern Lights, but I'm sure if it comes this far south, this would be a great place to see them from.
I mean, the other thing is because this was the same thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. This was the same thing as God, this guy. Holy fuck. Okay. This is the same thing that I gotta stop this. Not you. I'm talking to you. But I'm trying to this fucking guy. I don't know why he keeps coming in here, but he's impossible to get rid of. And yeah. You got him again? Well, just watch out for him. I guess his name will say something Jew in it. He said he'll be back. So, all right. Cool.
Hey.
All right. What? What? Hello?
Hey, sorry, were you talking to me?
Oh, yeah, I was talking to Jason. Sorry about that, but I am talking to you too.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I just I want to go to like I don't know. I want to go where I can see the Northern Lights. So I've thought about Iceland, but I don't know. I talked to somebody and said that's not great. So it's kind of like you come from like sort of the best part of the East Coast. I think Philly's probably the most kind of permissive city on the East Coast, like fun. It's the closest to a West Coast city. Because I like the attitude out west too, in the Western United States. Because I think it's a lot more laid back. Because when you go up to like Maine and New Hampshire and Boston and all those fucking places, you end up like it's like a police state up there a lot of time. It's like there's traffic
Boston,
lights.
I can see that, but Maine's fucking cool. Have you been up to Maine?
I've been to Portland, so I guess that doesn't count. I've been to Portland, Maine.
I mean, Portland,
but like
Portland's a great little city, but up like more central northern Maine, it's fucking cool and extremely chill up there.
Because in Portland, Maine, I did my laundry and it was the closest place at a Blue Lives Matter laundromat. And it was like the people in there working looked pretty hip, but it was 100%. It was a Blue Lives Matter laundromat, and it was wonderful. And I got my laundry done, and then I went to get pizza, and one of the people working there had a Blue Lives Matter flag, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit, this place!" But I mean, that's everywhere in Portland, Maine. Yeah. I just got the vibe that there was a lot of
surprising. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got while I was up there.
It's a lot of weird libertarian shit that I think you find in any more sparsely populated place where it's people live in a place like to like to be left alone. I guess the Blue Lives Matter thing is kind of counter to that, but I feel like they go hand in hand for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, you're exactly right about that. I don't care about Kanye West, bro. This guy. I'm gonna have to end the damn show, which then he wins, but I don't even have any calls anyway. But yeah, um, there was so much up there in Boston, New Hampshire, all those fucking places. There was absolutely a ton of like red light cameras, surveillance and shit like that. Like it really felt like a rough fucking place to be. But I think I felt like Philly is like a place where not a lot of shit is going on, like where a lot of that stuff isn't going on. Obviously there's probably racists and shit like that there, but
Yeah,
it's the coolest city out there is what I'm saying. Uh-oh, I think we lost him again. You know what, he's in Montana, and give him a second here to come back. And then also, yeah. All right, everybody. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move on. I don't have any more calls left. I love all of you very much. And I'm not gonna be able to deal with this guy. And it's a pain in the ass to keep banning him. So I'm gonna go off for the night. I appreciate everybody coming in. And I will be back next Sunday. Make sure you listen to Shocktober this week. It is the wrap-up show. Then starts my new show, Gut Shot, where me and a guest will choose a Greg Gutfeld video opening segment, and we will goof on it on the show. We'll listen to the whole thing and we'll make fun of it. So that is one of the things we're going to do. I don't care, bro. Jesus. So that's something we're going to do. And I'm going to get out of here. Have a good night, everybody. Goodbye.